Hey guys, welcome to Tennis Technical. I'm Peter and I play for university level tennis in the UK. And today, we're just gonna have a quick chat about how you should finish your racket. So there are three main ways of finishing your racket. You can either go over your shoulder, around your shoulder, or around your waist level. Now, there is a fourth type, which is what Nadal does very often, and that's over his head. And I remember when I was learning tennis first, my coach used to say to me, Peter, please just finish your racket around your shoulder. Because I was doing Nadal's forehand all the time. And I was doing that because I thought it was cool. I bet a lot of you guys also think it is cool. And you definitely know some people who do that. And maybe the grunt as well. But we're going to start with the basics first. So the most popular type, perhaps, is finishing over your shoulder. This is because whenever we learn tennis, coaches often encourage us to infamously catch the racket over your shoulder. Now, this is easy to do for most people, and that's why the coaches encourage it. And this promotes a from lower to higher swing path, so it's also very good for beginners to learn. The upside is simplicity, but the downside is that sometimes it can be hard to generate pace using this swing because you have to worry about catching it and not extending too far over your shoulders. Nevertheless, top players can still use this. Players who use this sometimes, for example, Daniel Medvedev. He finishes racket around his neck quite often, but he does well. So this shows you that even simple techniques like this can still work well. The most common one nowadays, probably on the professional tennis tour, is finishing around your shoulder or your waist. This is because to generate incredible topspin, players need to swing in a U-shaped pattern. And this naturally leads them to swing from the right side of their body to the left side. And this creates that classic windshield wiper motion. Now, what Nadal does different from everybody else is that he often finishes his racket over his head. There's a couple of reasons why he does this. Number one is by finishing with his racket over his head, at the point of contact, he's creating a more vertical swing path. The more vertical it is, the more spin he can impart on the ball. And number two, he can use this to really direct the ball towards his opponent, whether cross court or down the line. Now, there are some downsides to this. Number one, it requires a lot of muscle strength to pull this off. It's not a very easy thing to do. You also need to have good wrist mobility. Number two, this is not a shot you can use all the time. For example, if the ball is very high, it's an incredible shot to use because you can apply a lot of topspin and bring the ball even higher to your opponent. But if the ball is very fast, you're likely to hit this ball very shallow with this technique. And that's why sometimes even Nadal will drop a ball short close to the net, and his opponents might punish him by rushing to the net. Now, when does this finish become useful? It becomes useful in a couple of situations. Namely, if you don't have time to prepare for the shot. Because by finishing your shot more vertical, it actually takes less time for you to finish the swing. So if you find yourself being jammed by the ball, you can use this more vertical swing path. Number two is when you want to intentionally bring the ball higher over the net and create more topspin so that you can make things more difficult for your opponent. Let me tell you a story. This forehand is also useful in circumstances where you're under a bit of pressure. So when I was playing a match about half a year ago now, there was a moment in a tiebreak where it got really tight. And for me, my forehand kept falling apart. So I had to switch to the Nadal forehand because I realized that in that moment, by using a more vertical swing, I was putting more spin and I was returning more ball back into the court. I kept the point going, and that eventually helped me win some important points. So one thing I also realized is that the Nadal forehand, the Nadal finish, can be helpful in situations of high stress. But from my opinion, do I use it? Yes, sometimes I use it because I'm a bit late on the ball and I need to finish the swing faster. That's when I use the over-the-head finish. But most often, I only reserve it for the more extreme shots, like very high balls when I'm trying to run towards the ball and get it. Usually I still finish traditionally over around my shoulder because this allows me to direct the ball better and it doesn't put as much strain on my arm and my wrists. But what do you think? Do you like to hit your forehand like Nadal? Let me know.